Match day 36 in the books. Massive shift in the title race. Both coming from 3-0 results. Man City winning 3-0 at Goodison. Arsenal losing 3-0 at home to Brighton. All but wrapping up the title for Man City. Elsewhere around the Premier League, we have some action towards the bottom. Leeds get a shock result, drawing with Newcastle. And Southampton are officially relegated. All that and much more on this episode of the Premiership Perusal.
Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! Back, Fuchs. The ball in behind Damian Vardy! It's 11! It's heaven for Jamie Vardy!
You are an ostrich. Well, your head must be in the sand. Is your head in the sand? Are you flexible enough to get your head in the sand?
Now the fans are shouting every week, Louis van Gaal's army! Louis van Gaal's army!
Feet after a fabulous start, the game just got away from you there.
I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say about the game at all.
Drama from day one! This is the league we want to watch!
Relegated.
What you gonna do, brother? Southampton are officially relegated.
What you gonna do when you play like poo and go down, brother?
Southampton, why you hiring Nathan Jones, brother?
Did you? I saw a rumor that they're hiring this Russell Martin from Swansea, and then Swansea's rumored to hire Nathan Jones.
Oh man, well a Welshman at a Welsh club.
But he's a Cardiff guy. That's why people are calling. People are calling.
Oh, you can't do that.
People are calling cap. They're calling cap on it. Sam, that's what they're doing. Sam, how would you rate this weekend on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of entertainment?
I would say it was a solid. There was some.
Given how
good
much
games.
scoring there's been, I'd say it's a little more tame, but it's been a exciting weekend in my opinion. It's really ramping up here down the stretch.
Yeah, there was some
Anytime
good
there's
ones.
some action
some
at the top
stinkers.
and the bottom, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it was kind of the mid-table games were a little bit meh.
Oh, Palace and Bournemouth were meh for you?
We got West Ham who played like a completely different 11 because they were preparing for their conference final.
If you saw them celebrating after winning their match, they're going to probably field like me and you out there at the weekend. Moyes is going to throw us out there.
Throw me in net.
Yes.
Guy.
Let's get to the first game.
Yeah.
First game.
You mentioned it in the intro.
Big Sam.
Leeds coming in at St. James's Park. Big match.
Wait, Leeds didn't go to St. James's at Elland Road.
You're right. I have this wrong in my notes. Big match at Elland Road. Newcastle going to Elland Road.
I don't know. Newcastle. I feel like Newcastle always start well. It's very rare to see them not
they do
faster than the opposing team and just ready to go right off the bat. But inside 5 minutes, Newcastle's humming along. But Sam, Leeds go down one time.
Yeah,
on the front foot, grab an early goal. Luke Ayling. It feels like as bad as he is at defense and people hate on him, he randomly pops up with
his the meme goals.
Yeah, and you're like, wow.
Great celebrations.
As always.
Initial chance coming from Rodrigo. And it just makes you think, what if they had Rodrigo the whole season instead of Pat Bamford?
If you would have said that before the year, not necessarily about Pat Bamford, but about Rodrigo, we would have been like, huh, look at you, look at us.
Yeah.
Saying Rodrigo makes a difference.
You know what? That's the great thing about this podcast. We will fully admit when our opinion has changed.
I was thinking about this the other day because there's certain predictions that go around each year and people are like, wow, I would have thought that. And mainly, you know what it was? It was the Bournemouth video. Did you see that? where they pretty much tweeted all the people, and it was like Bournemouth last, going down, doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, we have Bournemouth staying up. I mean, no one had Bournemouth staying up, I guess.
Put us on the payroll, Bournemouth. We support you.
They won't do that because they didn't give you the PS5 FIFA 23.
Yeah, they didn't give me the Gary O'Neill signed copy. If I had that, it would be in one of those glass cases.
Like a whole shrine.
A shrine, lights on it.
Yeah.
One of those red pillows.
Spinning. It's spinning.
Spinning on a red pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary O'Neill, friend of the podcast. Let's get him on. Sign a copy of
You called him G. O'Neill, but didn't put a space between G. Yeah, go Neil.
Go Neil.
Back to the game.
I mean, we're close like that, but
yes. Newcastle kind of really grabbed the game back, created a few chances.
Yeah, they were cooking after the goal.
I'm just always impressed by Newcastle's ability to, whether they want to counter or they just kind of have that slow build-up play. There's so much. They have different aspects to their game.
Yeah.
That it's really. Probably one of my favorite teams to watch in the league. For that
Absolutely,
reason.
They are always entertaining. They don't really drop off that much. You know, they start off strong, and
if they don't have it, you can tell right off the bat.
Yes,
because then it's one of those games where if they're not humming in 5 minutes, it's like it might not happen.
Usually they get off to a fast start, and they just kind of keep pressuring throughout the game. They had some chances. After the goal, but then 27 minutes in, Joelinton fouls Firpo from behind in the box. Stonewall penalty. Not sure.
Why are you fouling Junior Firpo? What's that guy ever going to do?
Yeah, what Big Joel was thinking there, but Nick Pope.
Tactical, gain the momentum. It's almost like a hockey fight at that point. You win the fight, your team's going to get built up. He's like, I've seen Pat Bamford. He can't score. Nick Pope's going to save this pen, and we're going to get re-energized. Tactical play from Joelinton.
Gets down, saves the penalty, and then just 2 minutes later, Vober comes across Isak and gives away a penalty on the other side. But this time, Callum Wilson, top class, much better than Pat Bamford, scores 1-1.
Much better than Pat Bamford.
Much better than Pat Bamford. He's the best. Goes into halftime. 1-1.
Yeah, I thought Leeds, under Big Sam these last couple games, definitely better shape.
Yes.
But going forward, they really didn't have that much edge. And, I mean, that's a Big Sam team. That's just bound to happen.
Mm-hmm. Potential handball in the 66th minute on Junior Firpo. Has his hands raised. Reviewed by VAR and given. Possible second yellow card. I was surprised that they didn't
give it to him.
Callum Wilson, again, buries the penalty for his second goal of the day. There's a bit of a delay in the review. Took a while.
Yeah, second half was a little more tame than the first half. Newcastle not creating as much chances. A little more in midfield, kind of slower play.
Yeah.
But your guy Christensen.
Yes. Scoring from the volley. Deflection. Boom. 2-2.
Sam loves him for the shaved head.
Yeah, he looks just like me.
The shaved Scandinavian. That's what they call him.
Absolutely.
That's what we call him now.
Solidarity, brother. Leeds getting the shock equalizer there. Chance for St. Maximin. The snapshot saved by Joel Robles. And then Junior Firpo does get sent off. This time for a challenge on Mr. Gordon.
Well deserved.
Could have been a straight red card, in all honesty.
Yeah.
It was rough.
He's like, I'm already on a yellow. Let's just make this happen.
And then there was a real late chance, 90+7 for Shar. That Joel Robles makes the stop. Finishes 2-2. Disappointing for Newcastle.
Yes.
Dropping a couple points there to Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
When really they were the better team for
the 97%
of the game.
Yeah.
They just conceded 2 times on two chances.
That's Big Sam ball right there.
Big
Make
Sam.
your chances count, smash and grab, baby.
Getting a vital point.
Yeah.
For Leeds.
Now they got to make it count this weekend against West Ham when West Ham are going to be, you would think, a little worn out.
Yeah, absolutely. They'd probably play a rotated side again.
Here's your mid-table game that you're talking about, which was not as exciting as
Well,
the other ones.
it's Tottenham, lads.
Yeah.
I think anyone could have saw that coming. A Tottenham game being uninteresting.
Tottenham are like, you know what Tottenham need? They need Kai Havertz with the amount of times they go offside, especially in this game.
This game was insane.
Yeah,
Son was perpetually offside.
They could really use Kai Havertz. He could take them over the top of where they need to be for being offsides.
Okay, you put Son,
Yep.
Havertz, Timo Werner,
Yeah.
and Richarlison.
Front four.
Front four.
Yeah. It's not like you have a midfield anyways with Højbjerg and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's offside. All the time.
All four offside at one time. That'd be so great.
Yes.
Let's get to the game. Starts off right away. Jacob Ramsey.
Villa doing what they do best, scoring within 15 minutes.
Yeah. Leon Bailey cooking up the assist.
Absolutely.
Um,
Couple chances for Tottenham. Son gets in behind, then hits the post. Kane follows up with a shot that was saved, but Son was offside.
Yes.
This is a common theme throughout this game.
yes.
Big save out of Fraser Forrester on Leon Bailey from close range. Avoids giving up a second goal there. And then a couple chances just before halftime.
Including a post from Buendia.
Yeah, Ollie Watkins can't get enough on the header to guide it in. And then Buendia, 43 minutes in, has a chance, go off the bar, goes into halftime, 1-0. Villa could have been up by more.
Yeah, it was. They definitely looked the better side. McGinn's been playing a lot better lately, but this game, I don't know, he was just kind of okay.
Yeah, Tottenham didn't really have much in terms of an attack other than Son being offside.
Well, when you have to bring Kulishevsky off the bench for Richarlison, what are you gonna do? You can't start that Kulishevsky guy.
No,
Take him
absolutely
away.
not.
Take him away.
It's honestly been
away.
insane.
Say goodbyes.
People talk about like the drop off of Kulishevsky, but he just hasn't played.
Yeah.
He was hurt for a while, but they just for some reason don't want to play him. They'd rather play Richarlison. I mean, Kulishevsky was like a top 5 player in the league last year.
For a while. Yeah. He had the attack going.
Meanwhile, you got Son, Richarlison perpetually offside, Kane getting no love.
Yeah, and there's just certain this team is just a bunch of guys that don't make sense together. Like the whole Basuma thing, I just don't think that's gonna work. They should probably just sell him. Unless, somehow there's a way that Mason can make it work. I just don't see it. They should just try and reboot the whole midfield. And that does not include giving Ollie Skip leadership
Captain
qualities. 24-year-old Ollie Skip.
Yes.
Le prospect man. He might be the new Jesse Lingard.
He's like the ultimate.
He's just Jesse Lingard combined with Eric Dyer in one guy.
He's the ultimate. What's his name? Drawing a blank. Daniel Levy guy. He's probably on 20K a week. It's make that guy captain. Sign him 10-year contract.
He's willing to play for cheap.
Yeah. Second half, chance for Buendia, cuts in from the right, has his shot pushed away by Fraser Forrester. Then a big double chance for Spurs. Kane can't equalize on a poor giveaway by Doug Luiz. Really should have scored there.
Mm-hmm.
Another chance falls to Son. Fails to score, but was offside anyways. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was
Had the
nice.
breakaway.
Yeah, Kulishevsky had a good chance this half too, but it's Villa who grab the second. Doug Lewis, your guy, from a free kick. Yeah.
I think this shows the downside of Fraser Forrester is that he's just not very fast.
How about the downside of you're virtually playing a Southampton tier goalie in your Tottenham Hotspur?
Yes.
I get he's your backup, but you also didn't replace Hugo Lloris. This is like Leicester, like complaining that you didn't replace Vardy or something. It's like, you can't rely on like a 36, 37-year-old guy forever.
Yeah. Penalty shout as Emi Martinez comes off his line, makes contact with Kane.
That was absurd.
Peter Banks goes to the monitor.
This is not even...
Deems it a penalty.
This is not even we hate Tottenham bias. How is that called?
It's...
And you hate Emi Martinez.
I know.
How is this called?
It's insane. We've said it many times, but I don't know what a penalty is anymore.
Conspiracy Hank says the Premier League and the FA, they're tanking VAR on purpose.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it seem as bad as possible. And then they'll release a video midweek. Like, did you see that video that they released for the Havertz thing where they're like, oh, look at this technology, and they can communicate to the referees. Like, oh, yeah, it went off his hand and in. It's like, oh, the 1 out of 20 times you got it right?
My favorite
Big ups.
My favorite part about that video was them. It just started with them yelling, one of the refs yelling, what is it? The acronym? It's like DOGSO or something.
Yeah.
Denial of clear goal.
Clear a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah. And the one ref's just like, DOGSO, DOGSO, DOGSO, DOGSO. And it's like, oh, this is some excellent communication we have here. And it, like you said, embarrassing that they have to like act like they're intellectuals by calling the most obvious handball in existence.
Noses up their own butt, smelling their farts, how good they are.
Yeah.
Ends 2-1.
Yeah, Son had another chance at the end.
Yeah, well.
That he scored, but was offside again for the hat trick of being offside.
Yeah, the game of offsides for Tottenham.
Good win for Villa.
Solid win, almost a must-win to kind of keep your hopes alive, given how Tottenham are playing. So, Ryan Mason full-time. I think Daniel Levy looks, he says, he's very cheap, yes.
Very cheap. Good meal.
Good meal.
Yeah, I think
very
so.
Very cheap meal.
You know, Daniel Levy, he's a thrifty kind of guy.
Todd Bowley's eating like the most fancy meals. Meanwhile, Daniel Levy's like, how about some ramen noodles real quick? Ryan Mason ramen noodles in the cupboard.
He's ordering off the dollar menu.
Yeah.
It's like, give me that small fry.
Yes. I can make it happen. I can make it work.
Like, give me small fry and frosty. Wendy's good meal.
Yes.
It's got all the nutrition.
Moving on to Sam's favorite game of the week.
Oh, speaking of good meal.
I said this as soon as we talked about this. Sam said he didn't watch us live, and I said this was an inter-squad scrimmage. After watching it, did it feel like that to you? Because it felt like that to me. They look like the same team. We're talking Chelsea and Forest.
I at this point, I was shit-talking Awonyi, and now he's just like goated.
He's popping off, dude.
And it makes no sense.
It's so funny.
He's like brace every game.
Yes.
Guy's nuts.
Yeah, Chelsea start off holding the ball, cannot pass. It's not possible. They're like, how about Lewis Hall? You play the ball, and he like rolls it about 2 feet forward when... I don't remember who that was making to break up the wing, but that was the worst pass I've ever seen.
Brutal.
That'd be like a pitcher like spiking the ball in the ground, trying to like throw a pitch.
Doesn't even get to the dirt, still in the grass.
Yeah. First real chance for Forest, and they take the goal. Awani on the header. It was swung in by Renan Lodi. I honestly felt good about Chelsea's chances to win this game, mainly because Brendan Johnson wasn't out there. I'm like, I feel like he's been playing better and he can counter. I don't see the upside of sitting him and bring him on later. Like, what? I don't get it. But they go ahead. They get the goal early. People originally were complaining about Silva, and when I saw that, I was like, I think everyone needs to go back and watch Ed Mendy and what he was doing on that play. Nothing about it made sense. He came out like 4 seconds too late and was nowhere near the ball, and then it was sailing in the net. Yeah,
I thought it was a great cross from Lodi.
It was.
From deep. Seems like he's been kind of finding a rhythm.
Yeah, which is kind of, I mean, we'll see if they pick up his option and stuff on the loan, but I don't know. And Iwani, too big, too strong. But if Ed Mendy stays in net, he probably saves it.
Yeah, probably. It was a very head-scratching
Either he had to come out way
reaction.
sooner, or he just stays in net and catches
Yeah,
the ball.
not at
But
all. Yeah, I agree.
Chelsea kind of get the ball rolling low again, but I just don't, and I'll never understand this. How do teams not just win the ball in midfield and immediately sprint at Forest? They're so slow. They're so uncoordinated as a team somehow still. Like, how are you not just getting the ball and running right at them?
I think Chelsea is allergic to that.
Yeah,
They're
that's
best we can do is pass a ball and not get it anywhere near the final
no.
third.
The best way that they could do it in this first half would be like have João Felix actually run at him, and then when there's a chance, he's just like, let me peel off real quick, and then he
Yeah.
slows it down, and he's like,
Yeah.
okay, now I'm gonna Tekkers it up,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh really? You probably could have just kind of kept going. I don't know what you're
Gotta
doing.
let the defense get set.
Yes. Chelsea's best chance of the first half, I guess, was Hall to Felix, and Felix had like a header, but pretty comfortable for Navas. And then Force, before the end of the second half, was kind of frisky on some corner chances. Looked like they might double the lead. Fortunately for them, unable to. Goes in halftime 1-0. And then second half, Chelsea actually didn't have a lobotomy. I don't know. They had their brain, whatever the reverse lobotomy is, they had their brain put back in.
They had the spike pulled out.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we'll let Force kind of hold the ball here in midfield and think, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And then they immediately countered, and Raheem Sterling gets a goal.
Hank's guys. Chalobah to Sterling. Whoa.
You know what's sad,
That's
and
Chelsea
no one
Football Club.
even mentioned this for Chelsea fans. That was probably the best Chalobah's played all year, and it was him running forward. It wasn't even him playing defense. It was him running up the wing and
Yeah.
square ball.
That's
And
what I was thinking. I was like, what?
How is that? That was his best moment all year. He's played no good defense, but his best moment was running and doing that. After that, a little kind of chaos to the game, a little back and forth. Chelsea really kind of piling on. Gallagher had a chance, and then Sam's guy, Raheem Sterling,
Raz.
again on the counterattack as Nottingham Forest is falling over themselves getting back.
Raz with the Riz, with the sauce.
That was a nice shot, though. Little curler.
He just about ended Felipe's career with the putting him on skates.
Yeah, well, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, last assist you'll ever see of him in a Chelsea kit, you'd have to imagine.
What a Chelsea Football Club
Legend.
legend.
And then Forest go down, get a set piece, or not a set piece. Oh, it was a set piece, and then they crossed
It was
it back
a long
in.
throw
Long
that
throw.
Chelsea failed to clear.
Yes, and then it got chipped back in. Awani somehow played on. They went to VAR for some reason because it got flicked, and it's like, what are you looking at? Waste of time.
Yeah.
Waste of time. Goes to 2-2. The rest of the game, there wasn't a ton of flow. I don't get and this is what's confusing to me about Chelsea too, is they said some of the things that contributed to Potter going out was him playing guys that have no future. And then Frank Lampard comes in, he's like, yeah, we're gonna play Ziyech.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna play Hakeem Ziyech? What future does that guy have at the club?
Ziyech.
What is that? Aubameyang a couple weeks ago.
Aubameyang.
It's just what? I don't get it. At least they're playing Gallagher, and he looks to be gaining some confidence at Chelsea, playing a lot better. But
Loftus-Cheek.
finishes 2-2. Not a ton to say about this one.
No.
Somehow not enough for Forest to officially stay up. I thought this kept them up officially, but gives them a damn good chance, I guess.
Yeah.
Now we move on to Sam's favorite match of the weekend.
Crystal Palace. Oh my God. Eberitze Eze.
Did you have your kid on?
Absolutely goated.
He's in my fantasy team as of last week, and this is why he's goated with the sauce.
Yeah. And aside for that, I checked my score and I was like 115 points. Callum Wilson, 48 points, captained him.
Yeah.
Absolutely goated. And then I look at your team, 118.
Yes.
118. What is this? Yes, stole my thunder. It's a tight race.
Yeah, we're 2 points separated.
Absolutely nuts. You were leading for the whole season and I came back.
I know. My team, 118. Wow. How many guys in double digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double digits.
Insanity.
And Salah missed a breakaway goal. If I lose to because Mo Salah missed a breakaway goal against Leicester, I'll cry. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. It's kind of boring early on, to be honest. Palace kind of possessing the ball.
Yeah.
Bournemouth kind of looking to get it and counter. It was really kind of in midfield, and Palace, not really a spot we ever see them with possession.
Yeah, it was weird. Palace with possession, but not really creating chances. And then you have Brighton who want to counter.
Brighton?
Bournemouth. There's too many B teams in this goddamn league. Bournemouth wanting to counter. But it wasn't really cooking this game. You could kind of tell.
Speaking of cooking, Joel Ward had some sauce. He dropped a dirty move.
Yeah.
He dropped a dirty move. I was like, "Oh, Joel Ward, huh?"
Yeah, that was funny.
Even
was
everyone
probably
in the
like the
crowd was like,
highlight
"Hey."
Yeah, I don't know. There was an early penalty shout. Zaha going down, tangling legs with Billy in the box. Nothing given. Chance for Zaha. Whiffs on the ball at the back post.
Thoughts on talks of Zaha potentially staying at Palace for another year now? A 1-year extension possibility on the table, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be okay, I guess.
Yeah.
He's been looking better lately. Strange moment, 32nd minute from the corner. Anderson makes contact with Lerma's face.
You just clocked him.
He just kind of hit him, and I don't know, it was weird.
It didn't fully look on purpose. He probably tried to bump him to get him off him, but it literally looked like he just clocked him because he definitely clenched his fist.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
No, but VAR, they're like, oh,
Roll the dice. Yeah. No, it's a 2. So
yeah.
that's not.
And then Palace get the goal.
Palace get the goal. What a beautifully worked team goal there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what you get when you have Jordan Ayew in attack, I guess.
Jordan Ayew is nuts. He loves playing under Roy Hodgson. Leads to the easy goal for Eze.
They say Jordan Ayew is long-lost son of Roy Hodgson. Why?
Yes, exactly. Goes into halftime, 1-0. Second half, chance for Hughes. Catches a volley cleanly, but straight at Neto.
And Zaha coming off an injury.
Yep, Zaha hurt. Who knows how long he'll be out for at this point.
Yeah, maybe the year.
It didn't look good.
No.
And then 58 minutes in, Palace doubled their lead. Elise plays a nice ball across the field to Eze. Cuts inside, blasts a shot into the back of the net for the brace. Absolute class goal. These 2 goals were just beautiful from Palace. This is like peak Palace.
You'll love to see it.
And the whole game, I was just thinking, like,
Where was
Patrick
this under
Vieira didn't want to play Eze.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's very odd.
So stupid because obviously Eze and Elise, they're like the future of the club.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah. Bournemouth just kind of not really in the game.
No,
much.
they're looking towards next year, to say the least.
Yeah.
There's some news about Bournemouth this week. They ended up buying Traore for 30 mil officially from Laurent.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's a lot. And then Jeff Lerma's apparently leaving on a free. So he'll be at some random other team next year.
He'll be at one
Coventry.
of the teams that comes
Coventry
up.
or Luton.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Either one of those 2 teams in the league.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's better than like Watford coming up.
Dude, Luton, have you seen their stadium? You got to walk through someone's like kitchen.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Imagine Holland walking through someone's kitchen.
I really don't remember much from the second half of this game. I'll be quite frank.
No, that's about where my notes ended.
Finished just 2-0. It was a game.
It was a game. 2 good goals.
Glad to see for Palace, yeah. Well,
the rest of it was just kind of
Bournemouth, you can coast to the end of the year. You're safe and made it up.
Yeah.
This game, probably my least favorite game of the week.
Yeah.
This game...
Unsurprisingly.
This game hurt my eyes. Apparently Luke Shaw won man of the match.
Yeah, Manchester United versus Wolves at Old Trafford. Wolves had some good possession early on.
Early they had chances. I mean, obviously Dawson had one, but it's, I don't know. Wolves always seem to play United tough, no matter where it's at. And they won a couple of years ago at Old Trafford, so it's one of those things where you can never doubt them going in. But
I just found it so funny that there's all this buzz about United. Meanwhile, they're sitting back against Wolves at home. It's like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
You don't want to listen. You don't want to go right at Dan Bentley. Okay.
True. Shout out Dan Bentley
yes.
getting in there. Let's go. He was popping off too. Second half went nuts.
Eat your heart out, Jose Sa, you mug.
Yeah. Get replaced by a proper Englishman. Anthony had a lot of chances.
Spinny man. He's, you know what I'll say? He's at least starting to create some stuff now. There's no execution of like any of this stuff, but he's at least creating chances. This is a start.
The 100 million pound man.
Yes, he's creating chances.
He's spinning. He had a great chance. Had a free header at the back post. Puts it well over. You don't really expect him to score headers. He is like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
And he's got ramen noodle hair.
It's the Manlet FC out here. Anthony Lissandro. The only non-Manlet's Wout Weghorst, and he fucking stinks.
Yeah, that's true.
he's well shit.
Lissandro Martinez, did you say him?
Yes.
As Manlet. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 minutes later, United get the opening goal. Some good build-up from United. Bruno Fernandes plays a through ball to Le Spinny Man. Squares across to Anthony Martial.
Why is he here?
This guy's still on United, collecting the paycheck, scoring goals. Can't be stopped.
He's like the Kepa of like outfield players.
Yes. 42nd minute, nearly an own goal from Cunha on the corner. Dan Bentley does well to tip it over the bar.
That's what we like.
Goes into halftime, 1-0. Second half, another chance for Anthony. Goes
right
wide
away
of the post. United looking better in the second half, actually possessing the ball, looking for the second goal. And Dan Bentley, the Dan Bentley show, fully started. Made big stops on Sancho and then Casemiro.
Bruno Casemiro.
Wout Weghorst had a free header from a corner, put it way over. Just hilarious. The guy can't score.
Casemiro's kind of fallen off a cliff here lately. And really, once he got those back-to-back reds, it was all downhill.
Yeah. At that point, United wasn't even really playing for anything.
No, but still.
Another big stop from Bentley on Anthony. And then at the death, United make it 2-0. Bruno Fernandes plays Garnacho through on goal, and he does well to finish post in.
Yeah, the little counterattack action there. I don't like that guy. I'll just say it. I don't like Garnacho. We talked about this before.
Yeah, there's something
I'm not
about
a fan. Although it is funny that they're getting more production out of him than Les Spinny Man and Jadon Sancho.
Sancho, yeah.
That is quite funny.
That is funny. That is very funny.
Just some random guy you pull out of nowhere.
Yeah. That's a good meal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, scoreline a little bit favorable for United, I would say, in that one. But Wolves didn't really do much in the second half.
No, Wolves' attack in this was not really going, and it sounds like there's about to be kind of a squad overhaul in the summer for Wolves, especially with the main guy that you think of when you think of Wolves, Ruben Neves, potentially allowed to leave.
Yeah.
This could be a make or break summer for Wolves in terms of the project going forward.
Yeah, I think they did a decent job in the winter to bring in some fresh talent.
They also spent $50 million on guys like Cunha who haven't quite. Call me old-fashioned. If you're worth like 50 to 60
Did
mil.
they really spend 50 mil on him?
About that.
Okay, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Maybe I'll
He's
look
like
up
the new
the figure.
Joelinton.
Yeah, let me look up the figure.
So he's going to get moved back to be a box-to-box midfielder and just pop off.
Yeah, well, he's always more of a cam. 50 million euro, so I guess 44 million pounds. Yeah, because he had a clause where if he appeared 3 times, they were obligated to buy him. It's like, what kind of clause is that?
That's some.
You play him twice and then never play him?
That's some clever accounting, is what that is.
That's some Chelsea getting that Zakaria guy on loan or whatever his name is, Zakaria.
Forgot about that dude.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that didn't
William
have a spot
Jose.
in the locker room.
William Jose.
William Jose Award. Next game, Southampton versus Fulham. Talk about offensive games. This was offensive to my eyes.
Yeah. The only good sequence was that second goal for Fulham. But, yeah, I mean, Southampton not only just like, sometimes Southampton will show some fight, especially early on. This one, they like didn't hold the ball. They didn't get any shots.
Yeah.
They just like, they had, I guess, a good amount of touches and stuff like throughout the game, but what did it result in? Nothing.
It was such a weak attempt
At staying up.
at
It was
staying
pathetic.
up. It was pathetic. It honestly was pathetic.
I saw there was a good amount of fans on social media and stuff complaining about fans who were standing there applauding the team as they went down. They're like, these aren't even real people. How could anyone clap for this team? This team is pathetic.
Some might say you're not fit to wear the shirt.
Oh, that's Leicester chanting after they lose to Fulham. Fulham will make you do that. You lose to Fulham, you're like, how's Vinicius scoring against us?
See, the problem with Southampton is that they didn't even show up.
No. But I mean,
they've had some games where they've made it interesting, and this was not one of them.
if they're able to win that Tottenham game or Arsenal game, I think things kind of turn a bit and you might have some hope. Blowing games and stuff, it's like,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, when you score 3 goals and don't win,
Yeah.
that's bad.
Well, their defense is very, very bad.
It's bad. There were a couple handball shouts on Lianco. Not given. That guy. See you later. Smell you later, bro.
That guy, I wonder where he's going to go.
I hope he leaves the country.
Probably, I was thinking go back to Italy, maybe
Yeah.
France or something. I could see him there.
Go far away from the Premier
I could
League.
also see Forest like buying him. I have no proof why
Yeah.
I could see them
Yeah,
buying him.
True. Willian had a chance cleared off the line by Lianco. It was kind of the Lianco show, for better or for worse,
Yeah.
in the first half.
I did
Goes in
see
halftime
that
0-0.
Brighton are looking at getting Chuck Alcatraz, which would be a very Brighton
Very
snatch
bright
him
move,
up.
Yeah.
They're probably heated that Southampton game. They're like, random South America guy who's good, not on our team. I don't think so, Southampton.
It's like the laser eyes meme.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, early in the second half, we got the goal.
Vinicius.
Tottenham, sell Kane. Hopefully have a buyback clause for this guy. Harry Reid, saucing it up.
Vince McMahon smelling money. That's Vinicius.
It is so funny to think about Tottenham with Mourinho brought like this dude and like 3 other just absolute shitters in his time. It was like this guy and Ndombele. Who else did they bring in? Reguilon. It's like the worst possible like windows imaginable, and no one talks about it.
My one memory of Vinicius at Tottenham was
I don't have any, so this will be
it
interesting.
was a
to hear.
random FA Cup game
Yeah.
where they played like a fucking like conference team,
Yeah.
and he scored a hat trick. It's like, all right, that's it.
Big ups.
That's his Tottenham career.
Well, that's what the Danjuma guy did. He came on first appearance for Tottenham in the FA Cup. He got a brace, and then they just never played him. I was like,
Exactly.
oh, very cool. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I feel like Southampton never really helped themselves out in terms of giving certain young guys more time, like Mara and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you're not going to fully commit to the young rebuild, it's like, what are you doing? You're constantly changing formations.
Yeah.
Ruben Selles, this guy's been at the club the whole year with Hasenhüttl, with
Nathan Jones.
Maybe he stinks. Maybe this guy stinks.
I do think he does stink. I mean, the lineups he's putting out there is like he changed the lineup literally every game.
Yeah. It's like maybe some consistency would help. It also doesn't help that his like third best guy to pick from is Theo Walcott.
That's true.
So I can't hate too much. But Fulham get a goal with Mitrovic. Harry Wilson, renaissance towards the end of the year. And my fantasy Premier League team to end the season for a reason. He's popping off.
Yeah, Mitrovic getting subbed on after the 8-game suspension. Immediately scores.
What else is new? He's building form for next year.
Yes.
Or he's like, hey, Chelsea, buy me.
Well.
Finishes 2-0, Southampton going down. We already talked about why they got relegated last week, so
yeah.
nothing to say. Fulham, I think you just keep on trucking.
It was honestly, just like you said, such a pathetic performance out of Southampton.
Yeah, just no heart and soul. And that's when you can tell a team deserves to go down.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Southampton have been a staple for a while. I wish you could have stayed up, but like Sam just said, your team has no soul right now. So, see you later.
And you thought that hiring Nathan Jones was a good idea?
They blew it. They probably could have kept Hans and stayed up, but that's not even the point. They should have sacked Hans. Yeah, they should have sacked Hans a while back. Yeah, it's like you could have just went with a half-decent manager.
Yeah. Could have brought in Gary O'Neill. Go O'Neill.
Well, speaking of bringing in managers,
Scott
Fulham,
Parker.
did you see that certain teams are looking at buying Marco Silva's like £6 million release clause from Fulham?
Doesn't surprise me.
That feels very risky given the fact we've seen him be up and down no matter where he goes.
Yeah, I know, but people get enticed. They get lured in. You know, they don't look at the downfalls. They only look at, ooh, shiny.
Inform. What have you done for me lately? Oh, you're popping off.
Yeah, everyone's got the short-term memory.
Brentford West Ham.
Yeah, this game was fucking awful.
This game did stink.
Because West Ham...
I don't think they tried.
Let me hit their...
I don't want to say...
hit their lineup quick. We got Fabianski, Ben Johnson, Ogbonna, Aguirre, Emerson, Fornals, Lanzini, Flynn Downs, Maxi Cornet. Forgot this guy was at the club. Souček and Danny Ings. It's like, what are we going for here? That midfield is...
It's definitely not relegation tier. It's definitely not that.
The defense was looking pretty rough as well.
You know, it's bad when you let Brian and Bumo score.
Yeah.
You know, it was the saddest part about this game. Well, we'll just go over it. I was just gonna get into like something that happened like the very end with the overturned goal. Yeah, Brentford. You know, they haven't looked all that sharp, but in this game they at least did have good amount of ball, good amount of possession at times.
Yeah.
Damsgaard was out there. He was at least doing some stuff.
Yeah, he had a couple chances he really should have scored on.
Mm-hmm.
Just a brutal giveaway for the first goal from Aguirre. Sometimes he looks amazing, and other times he looks like trash. Mm-hmm. This time he looked like trash.
Hence why he's at West Ham.
Yeah, gave it away.
Little Jensen action.
Jensen to Mbumo.
Mm-hmm.
Boom for 1-0.
Boom.
A few more chances. Fabianski makes a good stop on Wisa. And then a flurry of chances from the long throw, but Fabianski makes a pair of nice saves and a couple of vital blocks. From the West Ham
Shada
defense.
actually looked pretty decent this game too in terms of doing some stuff. He's out there making things happen. I haven't seen many flashes from him, if I'm being quite frank, but
I think my big thing with him is just like the end product. Really, it's been really rough.
Poor, but not for Wisa.
Johan Wisa. The long throw, Brentford style, flipped on by Ben Mee.
Yeah, you'll love to see it.
Classic.
Goes in halftime 2-0. After that, I couldn't tell you what happened. I don't remember what happened.
It was bad. It was just bad. I mean, there was some bad giveaways from West Ham.
Minus the overturn goal, of course, which is what I was going to start with, which would have been funny to start with like the 70th minute when Ings scored and was overturned.
Yeah, exactly. Ben Rama puts a cross off the post, falls to Lanzini, crosses back to Ings for the goal. Disallowed for handball. And it was like, this was the one where it just bounced off and there was literally nothing you could even do about it.
Nope.
So stupid.
But, sometimes they say, oh, too close. Oh, nothing you can do about it. And this time they say, nope.
Yeah.
This time they say, nope. No
Yeah,
consistency.
I didn't like that call at all.
Couple of chances throughout the end of the second half, I guess. Mainly for Brentford. And Bumo had a couple. But nothing that crazy. It was kind of more of a game where Brentford was bound to win, given the fact that West Ham wasn't trying. But finishes 2-0. The main storyline for Brentford this week, Ivan Toney, suspended 8 months, going to come back January of next year. They're looking to lock him up to a contract. I mean, even though he's suspended 8 months, don't you feel like this might be peak value for Ivan Toney still? Like, he's proven back-to-back years he's a consistent Premier League goal scorer.
Yeah, peak value, but also I think peak time to sign him to a new contract.
Okay.
But if I were Tony, I'd
Probably push for a move.
want to get on a better team. No offense to Brentford, but I think he's just, could be playing for a top team.
Yeah, I think he could be playing for a Champions League tier team, to be quite frank.
Yeah. Chelsea.
Good meal.
Good meal. I feel like he'd fit the Chelsea profile, what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
He's
an actual just 9 that is around and knows where to be, what to do.
And
but yet
can link up.
He has pace and strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. What Sam doesn't like is Man City 3-0 on Everton's head.
I do hate Man City.
I just want to say this. It's very odd that people will complain about Jose Mourinho playing terrorism ball for Roma to go to a Europa League final. And their argument is stuff about like Pep and Man City. And it's like, not everyone has to play that way, 1. But 2, Man City, it's not always the prettiest to see them hold the ball against Everton.
No.
Like the first 30 minutes of this game, what was pretty and cool about this?
And
Nothing.
it's not only this game. They do that like literally every game.
Yeah. Am I missing something? Do I have like a little puzzle piece missing from my brain?
No, I'm with you. Because if you look at like 95% of Man City's time on the ball, it's just like this boring passing, and they do it every game. And then kind of out of nowhere, they just score goals.
They'll lull you to
win
sleep,
easily.
pull the defense out just a slight bit, and they're able to work it. But
exactly.
So the whole like beautiful game, this is not like they're getting the ball and like running at the other team.
No. Newcastle is like 20 times more entertaining than Man City.
100%.
Man City, I hate Man City. I hate everything they've done. I hate what they stand for.
It sucks because I do like Holland and I like Grealish, but
they're a plight on world football.
They're the true terrorism ball, not Mourinho parking the bus.
Absolutely. They've ruined the game. Honestly, I find the relegation battles more interesting and like the fight for like top 4 more interesting than the titles at this point.
Yeah. Let's get to the game. It was really just a bunch of fouls early on. That's really all it was. It was some possession for City and a lot of fouls that led to nothing. Mahrez, I think, had the first shot around the 30th minute, like I said. And then out of nothing, Ilkay Gündoğan with just the sauce.
Gündoğan, I've been saying it. I think he is like super important for City. And you look at his usage in the first half of the season versus the second half of the season. He wasn't playing that much in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Second half of the season, he's been playing like every game, and they've been popping off. He's been popping off.
Part of it, too, is they limit him because I think he does have some...
He is...
not injury-prone concerns, but you got to monitor him that way.
But I think... Here's my hot take. I think he's better than De Bruyne.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what I like to hear.
I think... if it weren't for Holland, he'd be the best player on the team.
You'd have to...
De Bruyne has some highs, but...
Me and you would have an intellectual debate between Ilkay Gündoğan and Nathan Ake.
I just think the way
that
Gündoğan kind of makes everything come together for City.
I'm not kidding about Nathan Ake though, but I'd have the conversation that he's better than Ruben Diaz. Could we have that conversation?
I guess. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I'll have my Ake better than Diaz. You have your Gundogan better than De Bruyne take, and we'll shake hands. It'll be the Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger coming together. City hot takes.
Yeah.
Everton collapsed at this moment. They said, no more. We give up. And Erling Haaland comes down, gets a tap-in header from the İlkay Gündoğan cross.
Yeah.
Goes in halftime 2-0. Second half, 5 minutes in, they get a free kick, and İlkay Gündoğan just curls it upper 90.
It looked like he didn't even try.
No.
He just pinpoint placed it. He is playing at an insane level right now. It's crazy.
Don't remember much other than
Tarkovsky had a chance that hit off the bar.
I thought that was Onana, I was going to say. It was tipped onto the bar by Ederson? I thought it was Onana. I don't remember.
The world will never know.
Yeah.
What matters is that it didn't go in.
What matters is that this game stunk.
It did stink.
You know what I've noticed is Man City haven't been able to farm the Mahrez in these games against teams that aren't very good. They used to be able to kind of throw him out there and be like, all right, you cook, do your thing. He gets on a little burner when they kind of have to play the 14th, 15th, 16th play team. He hasn't been able to do that lately.
Yeah, I think with Gundogan in there, it just...
Yeah, but I mean...
They play more centrally than...
I guess.
Than, wide.
Yeah, well, they don't have guys like Cancelo and stuff, but... Because he's going to Arsenal, apparently.
Yes, let's go. That's going to be great.
Nah, you're going to hate him.
Yeah, I do hate that guy.
This game finishes 3-0. City must win. Obviously, Everton, you didn't expect much. I told you once. I think Everton might be done getting points. I hate to say that, but it felt like after that Brighton win, it was this is definitely their last win. They might get a draw or something, but it'll be tough with Wolves at the weekend. And let's go to the game to where the title died. And I felt bad for Sam.
This game was an embarrassment, honestly.
This game, I felt bad for you. But given the fact that I genuinely wanted Arsenal to win the title this year, Sam, this makes me hate Arsenal.
This
makes me hate Arsenal. I don't know what to tell you.
This is old school Arsenal. Old school being the past few years.
Where not the Wenger.
They just show up and it's oh, okay, so we're not gonna try at all. And we're just gonna suck. And we're just gonna allow this other team to just possess the ball at our home stadium.
I did like the game because there weren't many great chances and teams they're kind of filled each other out, but they're both playing to their strengths. I like that when teams go kind of see what you got, see what I got kind of thing. But Odegaard and Jesus chances around 15 and 25 minute mark. But you're right, Brighton was holding the ball a lot.
Yeah.
They weren't creating a ton, but they're holding the ball. Tough scene, Martinelli going down, Trossard on.
Terrible tackle from Caicedo.
Yeah, but we can't forget Martinelli crashing into Dr. Dribbles.
Yeah, that was
unbelievable.
Brutal.
Just a hip check to the skull.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't break his jaw or something.
Oh, my gosh. He's a samurai warrior, so you don't dare say that. Matoma knows.
That's true. He's hardcore.
He's going to have to wear one of those helmets that they put on Shohei Ohtani when he hits a home run. Yeah. Trossard Sky's a good chance. See, this is what happens. You didn't play him when he's good. Now he's falling out of form.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Brighton's best chance first half was to Enciso, and he skied it. Arsenal just, I guess, if you recap what happened, they just didn't bring their shooting boots. And, credit to Brighton for doing the dirty work and hanging in there. But at the same time, if Arsenal just can finish, it's probably at least 1-0, maybe 2-0.
I think there's an element of not being able to finish. There's an element of not really, forcing your way through. Sometimes you got to run through the wall.
There's something too about Arsenal having their best player, or supposedly best player, be Bukayo Saka.
Mm-hmm.
And he's young, when things are going great, he's doing well. He hasn't been playing that well lately. Arsenal have been kind of slipping results-wise.
Yeah.
And then he missed that penalty against West Ham, and it feels like ever since then, it's just kind of all the air is sunk out of the or left the balloon, so to speak, or something. Some stupid expression that I can't think of because I have 4 brain cells.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's a combination of form and also that he plays like literally every minute of every single game. And that comes down to Arteta.
Yeah.
Man management. There's definitely some times where, Trossard could have been
out there.
Started.
Or even if you play Saka like half a game and take him off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Goes to halftime 0-0. Second half, Brighton get a goal early on from the header. Enciso, potential foul on Kivior?
Yeah. 100% was a foul.
Well, this is the Premier League Cinderella team, okay, Brighton? Everyone loves Brighton. Everyone loves them so much that everyone's going to just pillage their team and take their best guys.
And, of course, classic VAR barely looks at it at all. Really should have been disallowed.
What else is new?
And you know
what? Let's just team up right here. Fuck this Enciso guy. Hits a banger against Chelsea for no reason.
Yeah.
Gets a crap header tap in from point blank.
Who's
this guy?
I was actually getting really pissed at Brighton because they were stopping the game so much, going on the ground.
Yeah.
The ball was barely in play. Yeah, Arsenal could not get any flow.
Disrupt the flow
whatsoever. Not saying it was really Brighton's fault that Arsenal sucked, but it was really annoying that Brighton was doing that.
Chances few and far in between at times in this half. Trossard, another big chance that was put wide. Unfortunately, Arsenal kind of was looking the better side for a good chunk of it, and then playing out of the back. I guess Trossard's fault. I guess, yeah. It was blocked, and it chips towards Undav, who's wide open, but he was played on, and he chips Ramsdale. This had to feel terrible that of all the guys to take away your chance at title, it was Dennis Undav.
Nah, Dennis Undav is the good side of Neil Maupay. I take back what I said about Undav. Undav is now goated.
Well, I'm sure Newcastle fans feel the same.
He's already 10 times the player that Neil Maupay is.
Well, that's not saying much. That's like saying 10 times 0, so he's 0? That's not cool.
Yeah, and then just to add insult to injury, Undav with the shot save. Rebound falls to Estupinan.
I was going to apologize to Estupinan given this performance, and we kind of hated on him early on. He's been playing a lot better, but he played so bad against Newcastle. He got shrimp on the bar beat out there.
I think that's just the Estupinan experience. He either cooks or is the one who gets cooked.
Feels bad for Arsenal. 3-0.
It was a pathetic game. It was a Southampton tier performance.
With the season on the line.
It's just this. It's like, I get it. They already kind of conceded the fact that they're not winning the title. But come on, at least finish off on a high note. You're at home.
Now you got Xhaka leaving in the summer.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't mind that,
Yeah, but still an experienced guy.
On.
Let me tell you about experience. My experience of watching Leicester City these last few weeks.
Good team.
I pretty much guaranteed you, Sam, after about 10 minutes into that Fulham-Leicester game, that Leicester were going down.
Yes.
I tell you what, this game just reinforced my beliefs. Leicester looked fast early, but, not creating a ton of chances. They did have one good Vardy chance. Unfortunately, he's going against Alisson, who is too big, makes the save. Liverpool kind of slow it down. They were going really far left in possession, and I was like, you got Trent Alexander-Arnold and Salah on one side, and you're just letting Luis Diaz try to create his own. I was like, I don't know about that.
You know what? You know who else is on the left side? Curtis Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Cook him. Let him cook. Let this man cook.
Andy Robertson on that side, too.
Let this man cook.
Some quick passing on the counter leads from a solid dime, far post to Curtis Jones. A little tap in.
That ball was filth.
That was absolutely dirty. Some great passing. And then Leicester go asleep immediately after the kickoff. Liverpool go down, and 2 minutes later grab another one. Salah supplies Jones once again. At first glance, I thought it was off, and I was like, oh, that's not going to count. They're like, they reviewed it, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's actually on. And they drew the lines right. It made sense.
Yeah, this was actually just a great goal from Liverpool. I mean, this was like peak Liverpool, moving the ball so nicely, and that finish from Curtis Jones was actually amazing.
And then they almost got a third in about 3 minutes. But Gakpo, with that shot, he's like, how about I think he hates Everson. He's like, I'm just going to kick it as hard as I can at him from like point blank.
They had like a 4-on-1 there.
Leicester's like, no, we're not going to go for it. 2-0 at halftime, second half. Leicester start definitely in the attacking fashion, but not enough in the attack to really create a goal for the most part. Best chance was Harvey Barnes with the upper 90 curler, which was saved. And then the Alexander-Arnold free kick with Salah. That was absolutely amazing.
That was amazing.
And then Sam's guy, Mo Salah, with the absolute shank for no reason.
He
at
just
the end
does those every now and then.
It's so funny.
Yeah. It's like,
Martin Tyler's like, oh, and the nut's not bulging.
Can we talk about how bad Martin Tyler
stinks.
is?
I think everyone knows that now. He's bad.
Yeah, he is.
Did you go? I'll send you the link for it so you can listen. But everything that's going on Twitter today was Chelsea 11 years ago won the Champions League against Bayern, and him and Gary Neville's calls in the game. Amazing.
Yeah.
And now it's like he just doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Someone will score a goal, and it's like the ball just went out of play or something.
The last time I remember him getting excited was last year, the Arsenal-Everton game, when Damari Gray hit like virtually like a walk-off goal.
Yeah.
But even then, he's like, oh, hey, oh. And it's like, that was insane. They just came down, had a counterattack goal, and won the game.
Yeah, that was like the second and third goals. He was just like, Curtis Jones scores another.
This is what Curtis Jones does. And it's like, first off, does he? Is that what he does? I didn't know that. That's news to me. Second off, that was an amazing goal. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Did you have your eyes shut when this happened? And you looked up and saw he scored?
Such an amazing, like, silky smooth. And then that free kick was just absolute.
Oh, my gosh.
filth.
That Trent Alexander-Arnold moving him up the pitch, saying, hey, you have defensive responsibilities, but we're just going to ignore a good chunk of them, and you can we'll just have everyone else cover for you. That's what it is. Finishes 3-0 Liverpool. The push. Go on. Get in there.
Yes. Against a very decent Leicester City side.
Yes, absolutely, John Morley.
Lots of respect for Dean Smith.
Thank you, John Morley, for joining the podcast.
Oh, finally. Curtis Jones, brace. I saw it coming.
I told you.
All these years.
We could beat Leicester without Wout Faes own goals. And look at you. Hold that.
Hold that. Trent, welcome back. Welcome back. It's good to have you back. Scoring free kick goals. Get in.
Big ups, John Morley. Let's go to the last game, Brighton, Newcastle.
Yeah, we started with Newcastle. We end with Newcastle. This one a little better performance.
Does it feel kind of messed up to you that Brighton put all their eggs in one basket and were like, yeah, we're going to lose to Everton, and we're going to lose to Newcastle real bad, and then we're just going to beat Arsenal?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this is the team that stomped Arsenal.
You hate De Zerbi now.
And Arsenal went to Newcastle, got a big win, and then at home, they just
Funny how the Premier League works.
Yeah.
Funny how it works.
See, that's the enjoyable part, not Man City.
Yes. Newcastle dominant early. Brighton's passing in this game, definitely not superb to say the least. And kind of, if they didn't have attacks, it felt like they just settled for kind of longer shots. It was like, I don't know. I didn't like it. Didn't like what they're doing. Soft shots right at Pope. They get an own goal to open up action. I didn't see who was officially credited to. Yeah, okay, because it was him and I want to say, not a Stupinant, Caicedo, both going for it.
Well, Undav is just so class. He scores goals both ends of the pitch.
Yes.
That puts 6 own goals for Brighton, which ties since 2014 or something.
Very nice. Brighton kind of pinned in. I think Brighton, they did that because they love Bobby Sanchez,
Yeah.
who I saw has been like completely dropped from the team.
He wasn't even on the bench.
That's great. He's like, get me out of here. I want to be moved just like McAllister and
Yeah.
this. And it's like, really? Because I think now we've seen Steele be like just as good as you. You'll probably move to like maybe West Ham at best.
I would say even better, honestly.
Yeah, well, you're
Bobby
big Jason
Sanchez
Steele.
was like he'd just have those like tomato in the face.
Because he
in the
would like
face
drop the ball for no
mistakes.
reason,
Yeah.
like right in front of the other team. And I was like, what are you doing?
Not to mention Jason Steele. We didn't mention this in the Arsenal game, but his distribution was fantastic.
Yeah,
This game, not so much.
yeah. Second half, Dan Burn with the goal. Not only the goal, the knee slide.
The knee slide with
Oh.
absolute no respect. But hey, he's a big Newcastle boyhood fan, so I would knee
He
slide
hits him with
too.
the dab. Hits him with the dab. Second half, Newcastle keep the momentum, almost score, but then Undav.
Dennis Undav, and how about Chelsea's finest, Billy Gilmore? What a ball!
Ooh. This is just adding more to the fact that Thomas Tuchel genuinely cannot identify talent. He's like, this guy stinks. I can't play him.
Well, I think he might stink.
I think he's coming around, Sam. I think he's coming
I
around.
think
He's
that
about to
was-
be unlocked.
I didn't know he was in the game until he made that pass.
Yeah, well, then he made the pass.
and
And
really it was Dennis Undav who's goated, so
well,
did all the hard work
No,
there, heavy
then,
lifting.
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Some more chances for Newcastle. Scramble in front of the Brighton goal. Steele gets down, makes a good save. And then Van Hecke,
Van Hecke.
this guy, just gets played at the most random
Yep.
of times. Funny moment as Enciso and Almiron square off in a Paraguayan scuffle.
Well, I tell you what. Miggy Almiron this game had it cooking.
He was cooking. And then Newcastle went for the double cook at the end, 89 minutes in, hitting on the counter. Wilson takes advantage of Brighton's suicide high line, gets all the way down to score. 2 minutes later, Bruno G caps off for the fourth goal after Wilson gets in behind again and squares across.
Yes.
Big win.
Yes.
Newcastle, 4-1.
Shall we
that
walk
does it.
through the rest of the table just to see? So we have City atop with 3 games to go for them. Arsenal in second, 2 games to go, 4 points back. Newcastle sitting there feeling pretty good about themselves, sitting on 69 points. United, 66 points with 35 played.
I clicked on the Premier League 2 table for some reason, and I saw Chelsea in third place.
Yes,
Fuck is this?
absolutely. Liverpool in 5th,
Why is it default to
65th.
the?
Here, let me look and see what you're
I
looking
can't
at.
pull up.
Crystal Palace in 4th.
I
Good
can't,
meal.
I can't pull up the table.
Blackburn Rovers, nice.
It gives me Premier League Division
That's
2,
okay. That's okay.
Premier Cup.
Brighton,
Where's the
35
table?
games, 58 points. Tottenham, 36 games, 57 points. Villa, 36 games, 57 points.
There it is.
I
found it.
At the bottom, we have Southampton, relegated. 19th, Leicester, they have 30 points, 36 played. Leeds in 18th, 36 played, 31 points. Everton sitting in 17th, 36 played, 32 points. And Forest, 36 games played, 34 points. All in the running. Forest have to feel a little uneasy, I suppose, because of the minus goal differential. They have the largest in terms of being the most negative. Let's get to some fixtures here, Sammy.
Yes, we got 12.
Yeah, well, we got Tottenham and Brentford right off the bat.
Unfortunately, we got to watch City twice.
Yeah, well, we got to watch Tottenham play Brentford.
That's true.
Brentford might get to that number I set solely for the fact that they get to play these teams who don't care about their season. And it's like, and you might say, well, what does Brentford have to play for? It's like, they're at least like can walk and breathe and chew gum at the same time. I mean, they can function. These other teams, West Ham's throwing out Flynn Downs and Maxi Cornet in midfield. Tottenham doesn't have a
Let me
functioning
tell you
team.
what's going to go down here. Brentford's going to win, and then Tottenham's going to hire Tommy Frank next season.
Okay.
They're going to be like, oh, look at this guy. He's pretty good.
You've had
Let's do some long throw-ins.
If we've ever been cold on anything, the managers, Sam's weakness is managers and calling what's going to happen with managers. Mine, I don't know. I have too many weaknesses
That's because
to count.
teams are idiots and do stupid shit like
That's
hire
true.
Nathan Jones. They have no idea what they're doing.
Yes. Although, to be fair, you called the Rodgers sack just too early, I think,
Yes.
this year with that one.
I said that Gary O'Neill was goated from the get-go.
So you're going Brentford, what, 2-0?
I'll say 2-1.
Okay. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Bournemouth, Manchester United.
Well,
Bournemouth don't have much to play for, but United look really crap. This feels like one where United's going to win 1-0, and it'd be like a penalty. And it's like, you shouldn't feel good about it, United, but they will.
yeah, I agree. I think Bournemouth has kind of packed it in for the season. I think 1-0 is a good one.
I could also, there's like a 5% chance of this. This is last year's Brighton game for United, and they just lose like 4-0. I could see it. I could just see
Make
it.
it
I don't know
happen.
why, but I could see it.
Make it happen.
Fulham, Palace. I feel like we just had this game, but we definitely didn't. It hasn't been a while, but I feel like it just happened.
Yeah, two teams that don't have a whole lot to play for here.
Yeah, but Fulham are kind of killing it, and Palace are kind of killing it. We'll see.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say Fulham 2-0.
I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
I was tempted, but Palace, they really didn't look that great other than the goals.
Yeah, well, Etse's out there. That's all I care about. Liverpool, Villa. This should be a doozy, but we'll
Real
see.
Humdinger of a match.
But Liverpool probably just hold the ball and say, Villa, you can't have it. We're just going to hold it and do nothing.
Perhaps.
Yeah, given this will be an intriguing one. I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
I'm going to say 3-2 Liverpool. Aston Villa score the first goal within 15 minutes.
Wow. Wolves, Everton. Everton need this one bad.
This is their chance.
Is it?
This is their chance.
Because Wolves at home, bruh.
Yeah, I know, but they're not beating Man City out here, so...
You live in your fantasy world where Sean Dyche masterclasses don't exist.
Yes.
I don't have faith. I mean, Sean Dyche masterclasses exist, but not at the Molyneux.
And I think the Molyneux, I think they could do it.
I know. I could see if any team were to beat Wolves at home, it would be like Everton 1-0, and it's like a Tarkovsky
Shit
header.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like deflects off Dan Bentley's head and in.
Oh, no, not Dan Bentley.
It's a keeper on
Dan
goal.
Bentley is nuts.
I like him.
He's one for the future.
We have shipped off Jose Sa. We flew him to the airport. He's like, I'm not off the team. We're like, no, Dan Bentley's here.
Yeah, we like Dan. He's our guy.
We're shaking his hand as Jose Sa's on the plane, like flying off to Turkey.
Yes. I'm gonna say 2-1 Everton.
I'm gonna go with a goated 1-0 Wolves victory.
1-0 Wolves victory. All right, Forest versus Arsenal at the City Ground. Forest have it all to play for. Sean
Something about that's
Dyche.
so funny with
got a
Big
big
Sam.
mouth.
Big Sam, Sean Dyche, and then Gibbs White. So it was so funny about that. This is Forest's chance. I mean, Arsenal don't have a ton to play for, but they'll...
Yeah. I could see Forest winning this one, honestly. After that stinker that Arsenal dropped.
See, but then there's not as much pressure on Arsenal, and they could go back to playing how they normally play.
And it's not at home.
I'm going to go with a 2-1 Arsenal or a 3-2 Arsenal victory.
I'll say 2-2.
Okay. What else we got for this week? West Ham and Leeds. Come on, Leeds.
Leeds, this is your chance because West Ham don't care anymore.
Yeah. Big Sam. Could he do it to his old club? Could he do it? Because his old club let him do it?
I think so.
I'm going to say a draw. I don't feel great about it. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw.
I'm going to say a 1-0 Leeds. Rodrigo. Oh, yes. Tasty goal. Good meal.
We need the Scottish announcer for this one. And that is... It's Rodrigo! He sends Leeds fan...
Rodrigo! What's a goal? Rodrigo!
It was like Jurgen Klopp grimacing. Brighton, Southampton.
Yes, what a goal did he have?
Brighton, Southampton.
This game feels illegal.
I think you have to legally stream it to watch it.
Yeah,
It's not even on Peacock
they
or
shouldn't televise
on
it.
USA.
They should just give free points to whoever plays Southampton at this point.
No, I think Southampton should get points so then they can say, "Oh, look at this, we were close."
It was close.
Brighton have been playing bad. Southampton don't have anything to play for. I'll say Brighton 1-0, but who honestly cares?
Yeah, I'll say 2-0 Brighton.
Man City, Chelsea. Will my club just lay down and let City win the league like 6-0?
Probably.
This is going to... Yeah. Remember that last time Chelsea they weren't really bad, but they were pretty bad? Was that the second year of Conte?
When they were going to get
They
relegated.
finished- No, that was
That was under
Mourinho. And then it was Conte's first year. I guess they only finished, 5th or 6th that year under Conte? But they were so bad. Like Higuain walking off the field like miserable. And Man City won like 6-0. That's what's going to happen this time. Gallagher's going to get like a red. This is going to be like sadness. It's going to be like, okay, City won, but at what cost? Because this was pathetic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Man City 4-0. Man City 4-0.
I'm going to say Man City 3-0. Good meal. Wonderful meal.
What's your guys' predictions for this game? I'm going Chelsea 3-0. Newcastle, Leicester. Monday night Leicester. Monday night Leicester, we call it.
This could be bad.
Next year, there'll be Friday night Leicester. You know why? Because they're going to be in the fucking championship. I'm going to go 3-0 Newcastle. And I think James Maddison mid-game might switch kits. I think at halftime, he just switches kits to Newcastle.
Come on. Make it happen.
And Harvey Barnes is looking, and he's like, but I could go West Ham or Newcastle. Or, who do I go to? I
I'm
don't
going to
know.
say 5-1 Newcastle.
5-1. Who scores for Leicester? Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes.
Yes.
One more vintage Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes. Hey, man, I called that he would pop off for him,
Yeah.
and he has. Unfortunately, they actually don't have a defense.
And it's always when they're already getting shit on.
Brighton, Man City. Man City at Brighton, 2-0.
League's
I'm not-
already over.
I'm not going into it.
4-3.
4-3.
4-3.
Brighton.
It's going to happen.
Man
Calling it
U,
now.
Chelsea. I think we should make Sam watch this game like 6
This-
times.
Why is this a game on Thursday?
0-0. 0-0.
0-0. It's always 0-0.
0-0. Good meal.
Let me look at the recent score line. I swear, every time they play,
1-1,
it's 0-0.
1-1. 1-1, 0-0, 0-0.
Yeah,
0-2,
this is
4-0.
illegal. This is illegal. If you draw 5 times in a row, you don't play the game.
Good meal.
This is disgusting. I hate these teams.
This is the ultimate good meal. I'm gonna say Chelsea win. I'm gonna say Chelsea win 2-1.
I'm going to say 0-0.
No, it is 0-0.
It's got to be 0-0.
Yes. Any specific prediction, or was the Rodrigo one your call? I feel like he's half your predictions. You
Well,
gotta give
I got
me one of the ones.
Rodrigo. I got Harvey Barnes in the garbage time.
There's a lot going on this
I
weekend.
gave you the Thomas Frank is going to get
I-
hired. I mean, that's more of a long haul prediction.
I was talking to our good pal who places bets for us.
Our bookie.
There's no good odds this weekend, and nothing
What
I
are
trust.
the odds on Chelsea United 0-0?
Specifically 0-0, I don't know. Should I look at what the draw could be?
Let them cook. Yes.
Bournemouth plus 500 to beat United tomorrow.
Let them
Arsenal
cook.
minus 170. Who? Don't want that. Chelsea plus 950 to beat City.
That's insane.
Let's see here. A draw is plus 330 for United Chelsea.
Hit it.
Once Thursday rolls around, that's the bet. I'll
That's
let
a
'em know.
value bet right there.
Might as well. I mean, 90% of the
Good
games are
deal.
draws. Doesn't matter if it's 0-0, 1-1, or 2-2. They're draws.
Yeah.
They're drawers. All
Your
right.
jars.
Anything else you'd like to say before we depart, Samuel?
Send Man City down to the conference.
Good meal.
Send them into administration. Save the league.
Good.
God
Meal.
save the
Todd
league.
Bowley.
All right, signing
Adios.
off. Premiership Perusal Podcast.
Bueno meal. Right on you.